Hello, hello, and happy Thursday. We're doing it. We're making it through the week. Hi, I'm Carmita Smiles, and thank you for joining me, or if you are checking out this video later, for checking out this little round of yoga for empowerment. So February is my month of empowerment, which I think is a good theme for everything happening this year. It's a good time to look at how everything has been going with looking at your goals, looking at intentions for the new year. And we are also, someone reminded me that we are running into Chinese New Year soon. So thank you, Bexley Market, for that one. So I will put a link for them in the comments when I repost this. So you can check out Bexley Natural Market. They are a wonderful way to support a local business and shop and gain some new things to, have a little Chinese New Year rendezvous. But thank you for joining me. Like I said, this is empowerment, so we're going to do a little flow for empowerment today. If you have any questions about anything, or if you are interested in yoga and learning wellness in yoga, then feel free to leave me a comment or DM me through Instagram. Also, it is February, and I am offering free Reiki through the month of February. I am now trained and certified in Reiki. Super excited to offer this services. So if you're interested, I do distance healings. Just contact me again, send me a message, or DM me if you're interested in learning more about Reiki or possibly gaining an attunement or any sort of Reiki service. Just shoot me a message on Instagram. But like I said, we're going to go through a quick flow, maybe 10 or 15 minutes for empowerment. And then, also, I did want to say that I was going to post for YouTube, but I am not moved into my new space yet. So that will happen in March now. So we'll be doing a month of empowerment. So empowerment focused videos with just information on personal power and self-love and self-care and empowering thyself through the practice of yoga and Reiki and wellness and knowledge. So let's get started. I have random music playing in the background by just something random, but I don't know if you can hear it or not. But if you like a little music for this, just of course, check out, I do offer some playlists. You can check that out if you click my link in my bio. Then you can find to a free playlist by DJ Taj Rashid, which is great for your own yoga practice. So this is just something random that I found. I don't even know if you can hear it, but I'm going to use it. So here we go. So we're going to start today's flow standing on the mat. We're coming into place. We're just going to go and find a moment for breath. So you can grab your yoga mat, or if you don't have a yoga mat, that's okay. You can always do this. Like I said, today we're primarily going to be standing, so you don't really need a yoga mat, or if you have carpet, that's good too. So since we are going to flow, I won't recommend a blanket for this one. I know sometimes I'm like, just grab a blanket, but since this isn't yin, you definitely want something sturdy that you can be on. So we're going to come into standing, come into breath. We'll start with taking palms, come together at heart, holding here for 3 breaths. Maybe closing the eyes, just settling into the moment. And then when ready, we'll go ahead, take arms down to sides, flow them around up to ceiling. We're going to start with some sun salutation variations. Raise up to ceiling just to get a nice warm up. You're going to drop those shoulders, lengthen the hands and fingers away. And when ready, we'll bring palms together, inhaling, exhaling, palms to heart. We're going to drop all the way through into forward fold. Coming into our first forward fold of the day. You're going to go ahead and just hang heavy in your forward fold. And when you're feeling comfortable, you can go ahead and raise up. We're going to go into flat back tabletop 3 times, following along with 3 inhales and exhales, and then we'll meet down in forward fold once again. So just following along with your own breath, inhaling, hands up to shins, extending the crown away, dropping those shoulders back, exhaling back down at your own pace and breath. Go through 3, and then we'll meet back in forward fold. And if you got through with all 3 of your flat back tabletops, we'll be meeting back in that forward fold. And we're going to go ahead into ragdoll. You're going to take opposite hands, opposite elbows, touching into ragdoll and hang. Just hang out, maybe swaying front to back or back and forth. And then we're going to drop hands aligned outside of feet. We're going to flow through plank and come down onto our bellies onto the mats. So you're going to take one foot, left foot back, come into a nice plank. You're going to drop down onto your belly. Breathe as you come onto your belly. You're going to get nice and adjusted, coming onto your belly, coming onto the floor, or your mat, or whatever suits underneath your body. So I guess I lied. We did come down to the floor just for a moment. I forgot about that part. Come in alignment with Cobra. I'm going to align hands underneath shoulders and lift up for a nice Cobra. Just a nice light stretch today. Just to open up that heart. Breathing through the poses. Breathing through flow and empowering self. And we're going to release. Come up into plank. And instead of a common downward dog, we're actually going to flow back into a child's pose instead. So we're going to go ahead and come down onto knees. Then you're going to flow back, dropping feet behind you, and child's pose. You're going to hold that child's pose for just another breath. And you're going to raise up out of it, coming onto all fours, and now we're going to flow into downward dog. So you're going to get back on those toes behind you, lift that tail up, and downward dog. Adjust in downward dog as you need. Align the hands, align the back within the arms. Maybe pedal out the feet if you need to behind you to get warmed up. Do whatever you need. And then take another deep breath in downward dog. And then take your vision to the front of the mat and step and hop, step or hop up to the front of the mat after. Coming into a nice forward fold and roll up that spine back into standing. And we'll meet back in standing once more for that nice little warm up. Adjust as needed. Bring palms together at heart and hold for another 3 breaths. So we have our sun salutation warm up. So I did lie. So we are going to go into the floor just for a moment for Cobra. And just for when you roll into your downward dog after we do child's pose, because we'll continue to do it in that manner of ways. When you're going through your downward dog, just really working on when you're coming out of plank, you want to lift that tail. That's what's taking you back to lengthen those arms away. So in the downward dog, so you come into a nice angle. And we'll go ahead. Take arms down and around, raising up to ceiling. Palms together, drop through forward fold. We're going to hold into that forward fold once again. Maybe ragdoll, opposite hands, opposite elbows. And release from ragdoll. We're going to flow through plank and go back onto our bellies for Cobra. So align hands outside of feet. Right foot, left foot back. Down to belly for Cobra. Hands aligned underneath. And when ready, lift up for Cobra. Lift up for 3. And release, drop down. Lifting back up into plank, but then flow into child's pose. So lifting up, finding that strength through plank, taking a moment. Then ready, drop those knees back, drop those feet back, child's pose. We're going to lift up gently out of child's pose, coming back onto all knees, toes, tail up for downward dog. Hold for 3. Vision front of mat, step or hop, forward fold, gently roll up to standing. Nice, making our way up to standing, go ahead, take arms down around, roll back up to ceiling. Palms together, inhale, lengthen those fingers away, drop those shoulders, Flow through center, forward fold. You can go back into that nice ragdoll if you'd like. Opposite hands, opposite elbows. Make your forward fold your own. So if you need to shake anything out, move anything out, feel free to do so. And then we'll come together, dropping hands aligned outside of feet. Left foot first, then right foot into plank. Find that comfort, find that strength through plank. Lower with control onto belly. And cobra. So you're going to line those hands underneath shoulders. Raise up for that cobra, making sure that center drops down. It's hardy and flat on the mat. Feet are flat behind you. But that chest lifts up, kind of moving up from that sternum. Face pointed, kind of at an angle down towards the floor. Raising up those shoulder blades, getting a nice stretch. And release. Breathe, reset. Raise up to plank. Like a nice push up there. Drop that tail down. Then drop those knees. Feet, child's pose. See if your body sinks in a little bit deeper onto the mat in this child's pose as we move along and stretch. And go ahead, raise on up, and then flow back into that downward dog. Gently when ready, face forward, hop or skip or step to the front of the mat. Forward fold, and roll on up. Coming back to the front of the mat. Stretching out anything that you need. Holding here, we're going to take roll arms up to ceiling. I'm going to drop down for chair. Really finding that power inside you now. Making sure, checking in with your abdominals, making sure they're nice and tight. Arms are strong, shoulders are back, coming into a nice, kind of nice angle here. We're going to go ahead, bring palms together, drop them to heart. Hold that chair strong, twist to the right. So you might be opposite of me. You're going to go ahead, twist back to center. And you're going to go ahead, you're going to raise up out of that child's pose just a bit. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to take your right foot and take it step back behind you. Doing it this way first so that you can see me. You're going to come into a nice, almost like getting into a warrior. You're going to take that right back foot, set it at an angle. Left foot stays pointed forward. Drop down nice and deep. You're going to flow into warrior two. Left arm in front to match left knee. You're going to drop down that right arm behind you, reverse warrior. Then warrior two. And you're going to go ahead, drop that left forearm onto left thigh, raise right arm up to sky. Then warrior two. Then you're going to go ahead, you're going to start to raise out of that bent knee in the front. You're going to take that right foot that's in the back and bring it forward. And as you bring that right foot pointing direction forward, you're going to drop that right arm, flow it through, and both pieces are going to match the left in the front, raising back down in that chair pose. And gently raise up back to standing. I'll give you a little break before you go to the other side. So we'll go ahead, prepping for the other side. Arms down and around, raise up to ceiling, drop into chair. Hold strong in chair, drop those shoulders, align that spine. Palms together, drop to heart, breathe. Twist to the left. Right elbow drops down, left elbow goes to sky, hold here. back to center. As you start to raise up out of that child's pose, this time you're going to go ahead and take left foot back. And you're going to flow right into that, adjust as needed, into that warrior two. So you're going to have right leg in front, come to a nice bend. Left foot is going to go to angle behind you. You're going to drop out that right arm in front too. So I did left side first so you could see what I was doing. So now you have in mind and know what to do. You're going to drop left arm back behind you, right arm, reverse warrior. Warrior two. Drop that right arm onto right thigh, left arm up to sky. Warrior two. Now you're going to flow it through, this time flowing left arm, left leg up to front to meet for chair, the front of the mat. So gently start to unbend that right leg possibly. Take that left foot, pointing those toes towards the front as you flow that left arm, bringing everything back to front of mat, dropping down for chair. Holding strong, maybe get a little bit deeper, a little bit lower. And gracefully come back up to standing. Holding strong. Adjust what's needed. Shake out anything that you need. And then we're going to go ahead, swoop arms down and around, get a little bend in those knees. Arms go up to ceiling. Palms this time, come meet at center. Then touch away, swan dive, forward fold. Go ahead into that forward fold, maybe into ragdoll once again. Align hands, dropping back. Move into plank. Control, drop down to belly. You're going to go ahead, find strong here, and this time we're going to go a little bit deeper. Dropping hands down for Sphinx. Going onto those forearms, lifting that chest, feet are flat in the back, and stretch. Breathe and hold for 3. Keep those arms nice and close. And release, back down to mat. We're going to go through plank. Hold strong, adjust as needed. Then drop knees, take them wide this time. Big toes touch behind you, child's pose. Go ahead after your next inhale, exhalation, gently raise up, bringing hands close in center. You're going to come onto your shins. Now you have options here. You can hold open here. You can keep your legs as wide as mat and drop your center. Drop your buttocks, drop your legs in through center. Or if that's too much, you can always come keeping knees nice and close. Or if that's too much, you can always go and drop back into easy pose, no matter which seated position you choose. We're going to go ahead, take hands, pointing fingers towards the front of mat. You're going to walk hands backwards, then bring them back behind you if you can. If you're in closer, you can always just walk them to sides. That's fine. Same benefits, just different seated positioning. And stretch. You're going to take those arms, drop those palms flat onto the earth. Stretch that heart out, stretch that chest. Empower yourself. You're opening up that heart, opening up to all the goodness of the world and the universe around you. And gently release, coming into seated. Release hands forward. We're going for a nice toe stretch because everything's related to feet. If you're wide on the mat, go ahead and align knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders, and behind you, you'll see my toes, you're going to go up on those toes, and then we're just going to walk back. So your toes are going to be directly behind you in alignment, and you're going to walk back on top of those toes. Nice and easy, nice and gentle, just do a nice toe stretch. You can keep your hands on mat, or you can raise all the way up, lifting up. Getting a nice stretch. apply or unapply as much pressure that feels well for your body. And lift up. And we're going to go ahead and swap down onto our buttocks. And go ahead and get into seated position. Like I said, we weren't going to go through too much moving meditation today. Now we're coming to seated. You can have your legs extended out for a nice stretch, or you can always bring back into easy pose, no matter what you choose. We're going to go ahead and end as we began. We're going to go ahead and take arms out to sides, palms face up. With control, raising palms to ceiling. A nice stretch, drop those shoulders. Exhale, palms to heart. Once again, arms out to sides, palms up. Inhale up. Exhale to heart. And once again, arms out. Inhale up with control. Exhale to heart. Hold here for 3 breaths. If your legs are extended out in front of you, feel free to bring them in nice and close now with control. Coming into lotus, half lotus, or easy pose. Sometimes it's nice to still get a nice stretch. And finding comfort. And go ahead, adjust and bring palms back down from heart. Take them, place them onto knees, palms facing out. Nice posture, shoulders drop back. Hold for silence and intention and breath and clarity. Welcome rejuvenation through every inhale, positive energy cycling within the body, stagnation and negative energy leaving the body with every exhalation. Just listening to everything around you, listening to the world around you, all the goodness and glory and empowering positivity things that are happening. And may this flow ease you into the rest of your day. Peace, love, smiles, light, and glory. Palms together, and namaste. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed that little flow today. You can always go through and make it your own, always taking a break for breath or shaking or grooving or moving anything out that you need while in the flow. If you have any questions about this flow or any other yoga or wellness services, or if you're interested in doing Reiki, at any time this month, I'm doing it all free through the month of February. Now that I have certification, it's just nice to connect with other beings and humans on another level. So I really appreciate you taking the time to join me today. You can always check out more, link in bio, carmitasmiles.com, if you're interested in that playlist that I mentioned. You can check out that also. It'd be music for your flow through carmitasmiles.com. Also for DJ Taz Rashid's playlist. This was not his music today that I used, if you heard in the background, but he's a good one that normally I do use in practice and flow. And if you need anything else, you can always DM me on Instagram, leave a comment below. I will also leave and tag Bexley Natural Market, because they reminded me that Chinese New Year is coming up, and that is so wonderful. So if you feel like your goals and intentions maybe aren't going the way that you wanted, you can always get a second chance. So, which is always lovely. Life is full of second chances. Be easy, be gentle with yourself as you raise up from sitting, maybe forward, folding up and rolling up that spine. Taking it nice and easy peasy as you welcome your physical body back into this moment in physical time. Being easy with your breath, you can always stay in seated or even go down for a Shavasana if you have time. And once again, then if you would like to support, so all of my programs just about at this point in life, in this moment and phasing of whatever and everything that is going on, are basically by donation. So you can support Carmita Smiles Yoga with offering donation through Venmo at Carmita Smiles. So spelled exactly like my Instagram name if you choose and would like to support and donate this and other wellness programs and things that I do. You can also find out what I'm doing for animals. I am still running an animal advocacy group. We're getting ready and prepping for events for the spring. So you can also support and donate that if you are an animal lover. I also host yoga, dog yoga. If you're interested in that, you can feel free and find programming here. So any sort of online workshop or virtual has a set price, but DM me if you're interested in taking it, but you do not have affordability to do so. But otherwise, all classes and online programming and YouTube and everything else and group classes that I offer out in the public at parks and whatnot too are usually always free and based off donation. So you can find all that information. I'll leave comments below for everything. And thank you for joining me. And take care. Thank you. Be well.